Alright, this is the last one in the series, and then I'm done. Okay, Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. And guess what? It's pretty good. It's probably my favorite in the series, actually, because Aragorn really gets time to shine. And I think Aragorn is pretty cool. And it's the final Payoff movie. And I love these types of movies. This came out in 2003, and it's the longest one. I got some feelings about certain people and things from this movie I have not seen anyone else on the internet talk about. So, let's review the good and the bad and see where this movie stands. I'm gonna tell you, it's pretty good. First off, there's some weird shots. Here you go.
And Rohan will answer.
What are you looking at, man? What? Why? And then, yeah, someone's gonna still, again, have to stop laughing. The intro. It falls flat. Wait. Hear me out. I have a point to this. Yeah, I do not enjoy it very much. Let's look at the two movies prior to this, though. Okay, you have the Fellowship intro. It tries to get across hundreds of years of lore in the span of 6 minutes.
Mastering to control all others.
It is visually stunning, and so much happens. It's one of the greatest intros ever. Then comes the Two Towers, and it goes off with a bang. Instead of years of background knowledge, it chooses to have a very intense fight between God and the devil, and the music is popping off. So cool as well. One of the greatest intros of all time. Then comes Return of the King. And yeah, you get this. The lore behind Gollum is fine. It tells the danger of the ring, very compelling. Some things are not good, but compared to some of the greatest intros of all time, this one falls flat. And since it is the last movie, everyone is kind of hoping this one goes the hardest. And maybe I'm just biased because I really don't enjoy Gollum. They just forgot about Saruman. Not cool. I mean, you guys could have at least given him like one line, you know. The whole movie looks freaking great, honestly. Visuals just do not disappoint. So that's 3 for 3, great job. And when the steward falls off the mountain on fire, that is one of the coolest shots ever. The soundtrack never disappoints, 3 for 3 again. As well, this movie, it's just a payoff movie, as I said earlier, which means there's a lot of wiggle room for it. The rest of the movies really did the heavy lifting, and you can just kind of Avengers Endgame it. And by that, I mean just check out, you know. So a lot of things just get a pass because it's pretty well deserved at this point. All you really need to do is have fun, and we will enjoy it. But no, that is why this movie is really good, because it goes out of its way to say, I'm going to continue to do the heavy lifting. This movie is still working hard to develop characters and learn new themes. This is rare for a final installment to do. Most movies just dance with Ewoks for the last installment. I have not found any other final movie that really does this except for maybe Revenge of the Sith, and that's mainly because it had a lot of catching up to do. And as well, this movie really sticks to landing. Movies always falter somewhere in the trilogy. This is probably the best movie trilogy ever made. For real. Yeah, this is not crazy to say. I think many people could agree with me too. I personally think the Indiana Jones trilogy or the Captain America trilogy could beat this, but I will leave that up for debate. The effects are still kicking it. Little to no issues with the effects. All the horses look great. The costumes are great, particularly with the orcs. I wish they would have used more costumes like in The Hobbit, you know, and a little less CGI. It does struggle with the running to the volcano scene and Gollum floating at the end, you know. But it gets a pass because the rest was all really solid. The elf love is still here, but it's tolerable now. Each of these movies have the Wilhelm scream in it. That one. It's in each of these movies, and for that, it goes up a bunch of points in my book. When the guys die during the Battle of Gondor, and the king is just eating his food, and Pippin is just singing, that shot and that whole entire scene is really stinking cool. But you all know this, so. The Battle of Gondor is actually really cool. I actually argue that it's better than Helm's Deep, and actually the best battle in the entire series. It always has some great life lessons and themes, so those don't disappoint. Guys, I have seen this movie a lot, but I really do not remember them well sometimes. When Theoden is dying, and is like,
I know your face.
And I was like, he said the thing.
I know your face.
I really like this part, actually. I couldn't believe how much I liked it. It was done really, really well, this final line that he does. And such a good callback. I was really invested in it. And now it's one of my favorite lines from movies. So that was cool to see. So for such a big cast, everyone gets something to do. That is super hard to do, really. This is easily displayed by the hobbits not knowing what to do with all the dwarves for the entire series. This movie has a big cast, and everyone gets some sort of character arc, some time to shine, and each person is someone's favorite character in the series. Sorry, Gloin, but you are nobody's favorite character. But they do a good job of making sure that there is something for everyone to do. And they're all very charismatic and relatable. Carl Urban does this little maneuver. Pretty cool. Even he gets some time to shine. I really enjoy Merry and Pippin much more in this film. They get a lot more time to show their importance. Like, look, they got them in different costumes. One for Rohan and one for Gondor. Very cool. Here's an idea. What if we sent them with the ring, you know? Instead of Frodo? Just an idea. I have a lot to say about Frodo. Sorry, it is a lot. Buckle up. Because every time I say, you know, he's kind of whiny, Lord of the Rings fanboys come out of nowhere, tell me I am wrong. I do not know why people defend him so much. He is getting old, real old. He plans to do the entire, oh, the ring, it's too much thing again for another movie. It's real old. Somehow, though, Samwise Gamgee is much more bearable to be around. I mean, he was fine before, but now he is actually very likable. That little dude just killed 5 orcs and a spider. And you look back at Frodo, and he is just making bad decision after bad decision. Oh no, Gollum has tricked Frodo. Who could have seen this coming? Nah, this guy is not brilliant. There's not much going on in that guy's head. He's whiny, annoying, and not cunning. Not talented in any way, shape, or form. Uncharismatic and unrelatable. He looks like he is constantly on the verge of sharding his only pair of underpants.
It's done.
A lot of people like him, but I just do not. It's even crazier that at the same time these movies came out, you had 2 other series with the same type of Jesus Christ Savior character. Anakin Skywalker.
Well, there's more than one way out of here.
And Harry Potter. All of them are burdened with being the chosen ones and are the only ones who can destroy the great evil. Their story arcs are very similar, but Frodo is just the worst of the 3. Anakin's personality is kind of the same, but even in The Revenge of the Sith, he is at least tolerable, funny, and even likable. And Harry Potter is a total dork, but at least he is funny sometimes. Harry and Anakin both become competent characters who are really good at doing things, and in the end, save the day through their hard work. I guess I haven't seen this in a while, because Frodo doesn't even save the day in this thing. He succumbs to darkness and chooses to keep the freaking ring. I actually went crazy and was like, Samwise Gamgee, your reaction is correct, man. The ending is the worst, and nobody even mentions this. And he only beat Gollum using hate and rage. Man chose evil and defeated his enemy. There is no possible way to look at this well. It's like if Anakin Skywalker, by Return of the Jedi, actually said, I choose the dark side, and Jar Jar Binks came out of nowhere, started attacking him, and then chased his lightsaber into a volcano. Everyone would be like, what is this crap? What just happened? This little person had one job, and he complained, cried, betrayed his friends, and then did what anyone else would have done. There's nothing special about Frodo. He's no hero. Gollum is accidentally the hero. Now, how do you fix this crap? Just give Samwise the ring. Yeah, he is tempted a little, but about the same as Frodo. He's competent, courageous, can fight, and is the nicest guy in the entire series, and he constantly gets crapped on by Frodo. Come on, guys, think about it. It just makes so much more sense. Or the writers could have simply written Frodo so he was a little more likable, you know? That would have been an easy fix. So that's why he fails for me. Try showing this to your girlfriend for the first time. She'll be like, wow, Daniel Radcliffe is really annoying in this one. All he does is cry, and you'll be like, I know, babe. Let me fast forward to Gimli. Gollum has gotten really old at this point, and it's good to see him gone. I'm just so tired of Loader Jar Jar Binks. He's not cool, guys. He's just Jar Jar. When the map showed up at the end, I just died inside.
And thus it was. The 4th age.
I was like, wait, that's it? No! But also like, yay. So, lots of mixed emotions at the end, which I think that shows that that's a pretty good movie if I'm invested like that. Like, I wanted to stay in Gondor, but no, it's like off to the Shire, so that sucked. But that was also cool how invested I was by the end of this. Yeah, so there's the tavern scene at the end. Highly underrated. When they all sit in the tavern together when they get back from the adventure. They manage to communicate a lot with no dialogue. That is how you know you're a good director with good actors. And just the message of it is my favorite from the series. When everyone else is like, vegetables. The main characters have lived a life more than any of them can comprehend. Far greater than just vegetables. It manages to be somber yet peaceful. It's very good and probably my favorite scene from this movie. I don't notice the runtime in this movie. Not once when I watch this movie am I like, when is this over? Once it ends, I'm like, whoa, that was 3.5 hours. That is hard for some movies to do. I think the pacing is really solid too. It takes time to flesh out the world and the characters. It slows down a little bit, and that might be bad for the brain rot, short attention span community, but I think it's great for the storytelling. Something cool is how much the farewell at the end kills me.
Farewell, my brave father.
They do a really good job with it. Our heroes finally say goodbye to each other, and I was like, actually sad sitting there. Until I realized something. The last time I was this sad was actually at the end of Avengers Endgame. And that was after 22 movies. This did it in only 3. This is either a really bad look for Marvel, or I think speaks volumes to how good this trilogy is. I thought the same thing when Rohan pulled up on the hill. I was like, whoa. This is like the Captain America portal scene. But again, that was after 22 movies. And this was 3, so great job. And then at the end, Frodo looks at the camera like he's sped. Thanks, man. So in total, we're looking at a well-rounded movie. It's great in almost every category. So if I had to rate this out of 10, I would give it a 9.1 out of 10. That's pretty good, okay? If Frodo was not in this and replaced by Will Smith, this movie would probably be a 10. It's basically perfect, but I cannot ignore Frodo and some of the other minor mistakes. I recognize that Fellowship of the Rings is actually a better movie from a filmmaker's perspective, but personally, I enjoy Return of the King a lot more. That is just my preference. Sorry, Two Towers, I just fall asleep every time. So I think why I like this so much is because there's a lot less Frodo and Gollum, and a lot more of every other character that I enjoy. I personally get to see more of my favorite characters. It's really just as simple as that. It's really a hard pick. They're all pretty good. Anyway, thanks for watching as always. Well, until next Friday, bye!
What about side by side with a friend?
I could do that.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.